Uppermost in our minds in the past week or longer now has been all those who have been suffering from Hurricane Harvey in Texas and Louisiana and in the Gulf and other cities in Houston, Corpus Christi. Many, many lives have been lost, and the pictures on the TV of the total destruction of their homes is just overwhelming, isn't it? And you feel helpless. If you're like me, you'd like to somehow help. And so as a diocese, next Sunday, we're going to take up a second collection to help the people in Texas. The money will be given to the St. Vincent de Paul National Society, who are already doing a great deal to help people there. If you write a check for it, please make it out to St. Patrick Church, and then we will deposit it in our account and send one check to the diocese, and they'll send, every parish in the diocese is going to do it next week, and then we can send all that funding to the area that needs it the most. So please try to remember, we don't have it in the bulletin because it came after we sent the bulletin in to be published. There's another hurricane on the way, I see, and it's heading towards the Bahamas. It's a 4 category already, I think. I always get nervous because I have many friends in Nassau in the Bahamas, and I've talked to you about that before. And so I'm praying real hard for them that they can surpass it. The island of Nassau, there's 700 Bahamian islands. The island of Nassau is only 7 miles long and 5 miles wide. So when you think of that, it's not much land. So when a hurricane hits, it can be really, really devastating. So we'll keep them in our prayers too. Jesus says in the gospel today that we must take up our cross each day and follow him. We find it difficult to accept crosses, don't we? We all get some lesser and some greater from time to time. But we find them difficult, but Jesus says they will be a part of our lives. It's the first teaching. And secondly, we have a choice. We can carry the cross, or we can just kind of lay down underneath it and die or give up. And Jesus says, no, take up your cross and follow me. When he fell 3 times on his way to Calvary, he got up and kept on going. And he's telling us we have to do the same, and that he will give us help to do it. So we can't give up. We have to keep on carrying those crosses. It's not easy to do, but behind the question is, when he's saying, take up your cross and follow me, the question behind it is, do you love me? And if we love Jesus, if we say, yes, Lord, I love you, then we will be willing to carry the crosses because we know he's carrying them with us. Speaking of the Bahamas, Father O'Connor, my best friend, and I reminisce about our trips there on vacation, and we became friends with Archbishop Pinder, the Bishop of the Bahamas, and also Monsignor Preston Moss, who's the Vicar General. And we had dinner at Monsignor Moss's home one night, and he told us a story that they have a practice in the Bahamas that at the end of Mass, before the final blessing, they call all the children up to the sanctuary, and the priest asks them questions because they've just been at their PSR class, and then he teaches them. So the question, the one Sunday that he gave his children at St. Anselm's was, do you love Jesus? And all the boys and girls said, yes, we love Jesus. And his next question was, how do you know that you love Jesus? And one little boy, without even a moment of hesitation, said, I love Jesus because he's always with me. He's right here, and he points to his heart. And the bishop thought, what a profound answer. He's always with me, and he's right here. He said he ended the talk right there. No more needed to be said. And I think we should say the same thing in the gospel. Jesus is asking us the same question today when he says, take up your cross. And the question is, do you love me? Yes, Lord, I know I love you because you're right here in my heart. We can believe in Jesus with our mind, but if we love him, then believing in him is much easier. Not everything he tells us to do, not everything he brings up to us is something we understand. But because he's God and because he does love us, we accept that. We accept that in our life. So I think we can carry that thought with us this week. I came upon this prayer, remember I had it for a while, but it's, interestingly enough, it was found in the pocket of a dead Confederate soldier. I thought with all this uprising about the Confederacy now, it might be good for us to hear it. It says, I asked for health that I might do greater things. I was given infirmity that I might do better things. I asked for riches that I might be happy. I was given poverty that I might be wise. I asked for power that I might have the praise of men. I was given weakness that I might feel the need of God. I asked for all things that I might enjoy life. I was given life that I might enjoy all things. I got nothing I asked for, but everything I hoped for, almost despite myself. My unspoken prayers were answered. I am among all men the most richly blessed. I think it's a beautiful prayer, that sometimes the blessings are behind the crosses. And if we carry them each day, the Lord's going to lead us not only to just happiness in heaven, which is our goal, but he's going to lead us to some happiness right here in this life. We can be happy amidst our difficulties if we know Jesus is right here.